on, yo. Good going, come on. Chief have got my tribe, got my skull right by my side. My fly boy is passing by. Me, big chief, I'm feeling fine. I'm gonna do everything I could. Me, big chief, I'm feeling good. Me, big chief, I'm mighty fine. I got my skull right by my side. They, I don't know what they've been told.
Welcome to Take Me to the River, a movement of social consciousness. We are live today with one of my favorite New Orleans musicians, singer, Big Chief, Mardi Gras Indian, Mr. Bo Dollis Jr. How you doing, Bo?
Oh, I'm doing good. Trying to stay afloat, that's all.
You know, Mardi Gras must have been so different this year. Tell all the viewers, what was it like to have Mardi Gras remote?
Well, this year was kind of different. It felt like going back to Katrina days. You know, everybody was kind of skeptical about having Mardi Gras, or New Orleans going to have a Mardi Gras. And, you know, when Katrina hit, it was more of a joyous thing to see everybody out there. Same thing with this Mardi Gras. It was more of a joyous thing to see everybody out there because everybody was catching COVID. You know, I lost so many friends and family, and the ones I didn't get in touch with, and I seen them Mardi Gras or they was on Facebook or whatever, it just was a different kind of Mardi Gras. You know, people wasn't really worrying about the partying part. We were just more enjoying the people that was there.
For all those people who don't think COVID is real,
it's
another
real.
testimony to its severity and how real it is. Tell me, what was the experience like? What did you do Mardi Gras Day?
Well, Mardi Gras Day, For me, it was a kind of a depressing day for me because I'm so used to, for the last 30-something years, I've been masked Indian. So for me not to put on the Indian suit, I did cry that morning because that's something I love to do, my dad loved to do before he passed away. So for me not to do it, but I had to get the understanding as a chief and as a man, I couldn't let my Indians go out there and be in danger. You know, I still had my family to think about. I have my 2 girls that masked, my mom masked, so I'm about to put them in danger. But this Mardi Gras, all my Indians got together. We went by my mom's house and everybody cooked. And we just had a big old party inside, so that kind of made it feel a little bit better. You know, everybody kept their masks on, we ate, and they partied like it was still was on the street or something. And so that made it a little bit better for us.
Now, for people who don't know, every year, Indians, chiefs, make their own suits, and it takes all year, it's thousands of hours of sewing. And what was that like to create a suit that really never got to be shown in the way that it's normally shown? So what happened with everybody's suits?
Well, everybody just put them up. You know, that's just one suit that went down the drain. Because my suits is still in the house and just sitting like brand new. You know, because I only wore it one time, was that Mardi Gras. We didn't have a St. Joseph night and we didn't have a Super Sunday. So we just put it up.
So everybody dressed and masked on Mardi Gras day?
Yeah, but the ones, you know, the COVID really started in March. So right after that, it was no more.
Are you sewing for next year?
Yes, I'm sewing for next year.
Okay, good.
Like I went to bed like 4 o'clock this morning sewing for next year. My whole tribe is sewing, and we're getting ready for next year. You know, we had to put the past behind us and get ready for the future.
Mardi Gras Indians is such a big fabric of New Orleans. It dates back to the 1700s. The affinity that the Native Americans had for West African slaves that came to this country.
Right.
Masking became integral to the process of assimilating into essentially being saved from their slave owners, runaway slaves. So coming from a Seminole family, and there's so many great musical families, but coming from an Indian family, what was that like growing up?
Well, my family has a lot to do with the Mardi Gras. My grandfather's Harold Dejon, so he had the second line bands and all in Tremere, all uptown. So he walked every Zulu parade with the Olympia Brass Band. Then coming from an Indian background, my dad used to have people sleeping all in the front room, sleeping on the porch, sleeping out in their cars in front of the door. And I used to be like, man, y'all crazy. Y'all be going home. Why is y'all sleeping in front of my door like this? Y'all got a bed at home, but y'all sleeping on the floor. But later on in life, I started understanding who he was, you know, and people wanted to see who he was. You know, I used to go to the Riverwalk with my friends, and I hear his music on a speaker or something like that. So growing up in New Orleans and being his son, it was I ain't gonna say it was a horseshoe to fill, but everybody was looking at me for different reasons, and I took it and ran with it.
Well, you're doing such a great job.
Thank you.
You embody the spirit, the love, which is not necessarily the first thing you say about the Indian culture,
right,
because there was a violent history to it.
Right.
But there is now love between tribes. It's starting to come together more and more.
You know, back then, I'm not gonna be like it was cheaper, but then compared to what it is now, you know, we're not trying to mess up our Indian suits with violence and stuff like that. So we do competition on the sewing part. Who sewed the most? Who has the biggest headpieces? Who has the biggest aprons? People like my dad, Rudy, Jake, some old chiefs got together when stuff started getting higher. Well, look, we need to stop fighting and start fighting with the needle and thread. And that's what we're doing right now.
All right, y'all. How y'all feeling out there? We about to take y'all back to old school. So if y'all like old school, y'all gonna like this one. Let's go. I want to see y'all soul clap with me one time. Let's go. I want to see y'all sing along with me. Ready? Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home.
And when he died, all Lord, he was alone.
Come on, y'all. But Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home.
And when he died, all Lord, he was alone.
It was the 3rd of September, a day I always remember. But that was the day that my daddy died. I never knew much about him, always heard bad things about him. But mama, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth. Mama hit her head down and say, what y'all? Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home.
And when he died, all Lord, he was alone.
Let's take it to back to New Orleans, y'all. Smoke my peace, pipe, smoke it right. Smoke my peace, pipe, smoke it right. Smoke my peace, pipe, smoke it right. Smoke my peace, pipe, and smoke it right. I'm a big chief, I do what's best for my tribe. Smoke my peace, pipe, and smoke it right. I do what I can to keep them satisfied. Smoke my peace, pipe, and smoke it right. Smoke my peace pipe, smoke it right. I'm a big chief, I do what's best for my tribe. Smoke my peace pipe and smoke it right. I do what I can to keep them satisfied. Smoke my peace pipe and smoke it right. Let's go!
The musical part of the Indian culture is very rich and
Right.
deep,
Right.
and particularly in your family with Wild Magnolias. Tell me, when did you start kind of feeling the musical part of the Indian culture and
On the musical part, I was brought in early. I mean, I used to go with my dad to Jazz Fest, and every year you could clock it. He was gonna put the mic in my hand, and one year I shocked him. And I just started singing the song, and he was like, "Okay, yeah." And ever since then, I was on the road with him. I started traveling at the age of 12.
Wow.
And being 12 years old and going to Japan, going to Brazil, that was an experience for a kid. I remember me telling my friends at school, I was telling my teachers, I'm about to go to Japan next week. My teachers didn't even believe me. They were like, whatever, go sit down. But I just had to write a paper or bring back something saying what I experienced. I was like, dang, I'm going on vacation and I got to write a paper. But, but it was all good. But it was a good experience traveling with my dad and figuring out who he was. Because I'm going to Japan, these people can't speak no English. But then all of a sudden they singing a song word for word, and that was a hell of an experience for me.
Were you performing back then?
Yeah, I was performing. Yeah, I had my Indian suit on, jumping around. The high energy I am now, I think I was a little worse back then. Yeah, I was on stage, moving with him, and wherever he went, I went.
Yeah, yo. We are the Wild Magnolias from way uptown New Orleans, y'all. From way uptown. I hope y'all enjoying yourself for Take Me to the River. So we about to do another one called Fire Water. So hope y'all ready to get your fire water in your hands. If you don't know what that means, you about to find out. Let's go, y'all. No
was it like, matriculating into becoming a big chief? You've taken the torch and really carried it to another level. What was that like, when Pops passed and, things changed?
Well, when he first started grooming me to be a chief, I didn't understand why, because I didn't know what he was doing. Because he didn't tell me, well, look, you got to do this to be a chief, or you got to do that to be a band leader. He just started doing things. After I started taking over the band and taking over the gang, I started understanding certain situations that he was putting me in. Even as a chief, you have to sit back and think about everybody in your tribe. And same thing with a band, you just have to sit back and try to think about everything in the tribe, in a band. So me taking it over, and once he passed, that was a hard pill to swallow, because when he passed, I was like on the verge of stop messing Indian, because he wasn't there. That was like the main reason I was doing it, because he put me into it, he kept me going, he gave me advice, and I thought I couldn't do it no more. And I had a few friends of mine, I didn't even tell these people I wasn't even gonna mass no more. And they called me like the next day, it was like, hey, you gotta keep going, because I know you. And I just kept it going. And right now it's like, 6, 7 years that he's been passed, and I'm still going.
I still remember the day when you showed me your suit that paid tribute to your dad.
Yeah.
And it's in the film, coming out later this year. But that touched me. That moment was something that is forever in my heart.
Right. And that was one of the hardest suits I ever made, because he passed in January, which was like maybe a few weeks before Mardi Gras. And the following year, I did a tribute suit to him. And all his Indians that he ever had since he had been massing, that passed away. That was like one of the hardest ones, because it was still fresh. And I'm sitting there beating his pictures over and over and over. The back of my headpiece had his whole body back there. And I had small speakers inside the suit, and they had like his voice or a song or stuff like that.
Oh, that part I didn't know.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Every once in a while, I'll play a song, and it was so crazy because they had a lady walked up behind me, and she started shaking his hand. And I'm like, why is my headpiece going up and down? And I turned around, the lady just screamed. And I was like, man, that's a dummy. Like, why is you like shaking it? Because I had his face really in it and stuff like that. But that was one of the craziest times, and that was one of the hardest suits I could ever make. And I still have it up. I still just kind of lay back on it and stuff like that.
So if y'all ready to party with us, we about to do it like this. Oh, now we are the Wild Magnolias. Ain't the single song. So give us your attention and try to groove along. The song we about to sing, y'all, is a thing that we do at home. We get some wine and some women, so acting kind of crazy, and party all night long. Come on and party, and let me hear y'all party. I'm feeling good now, party. I'm gonna rock y'all party. And let your hair down and try to have some fun. We gonna keep jamming until the morning.
Do you ever, when you're singing a particular song, almost feel the spirit of where you came from and all the family that goes into the Indian culture? Do you ever feel or channel that energy in a song?
Every time I sing, I channel that. You know, every time I step foot on stage, is just one of those moments. Because everybody in my gang know, and a lot of people that know me, once I step on stage, I get in my own little mode before I get on stage. You know, I don't talk to nobody for a few minutes. I just have to get in my mode. And even Mardi Gras, I gotta get in that zone. And every time I sing a song, no matter what it is, it could be from a stage song to a street song, you know, I have to channel it.
It makes sense. It's so spiritual, even from an observer's standpoint.
Right.
Like, I feel the spirit. I feel your spirit.
Right.
I feel the spirit of the movement. How is the Indian Nation? I mean, I know after Katrina there was concern because so many people got relocated,
Right.
would the Indian culture be the same? Would it come back? What's it been like now with the pandemic?
I have faith in the Indians. The Indian Nation is like very strong. You know, after Katrina, it showed me a whole nother light because everybody came back. You know, the ones that stay out of town now, they're still mass. They make their suits at home and bring them to New Orleans when they get ready. I don't think this is gonna hold it back. It's just gonna make us a little bit more cautious for a little while to kind of be safe, keep our masks on, and stay a little distance. But it's still gonna come back stronger than ever. So just like Mardi Gras come back, we coming back too.
So, in a short synopsis for people who don't really know the Indian Nation, what does the Indian Nation mean to you and to the city of New Orleans?
Without Indians in New Orleans, Mardi Gras won't be. You know, because in our neighborhoods, that's the reason why Indians came about, to walk around the neighborhoods, just like Zulu, the Tramps, Skeleton Men, the Baby Dolls, all that started in the neighborhoods because we couldn't go on Canal Street, we couldn't go on St. Charles, so they started their own Mardi Gras. And it was for the older people that was on their porches and they couldn't get off their porch. So they went to them and let them have Mardi Gras. So to this day, that's what we do. You never see Indians on St. Charles. You're not gonna see them on Canal Street. You're not gonna see them on Rampart. You're gonna see them in the neighborhoods, spreading joy to the older people, to the little kids, and to everybody that just want to come see Indians.
Yeah, and that's why Mardi Gras is really a series. You know, there's always something going on
Right.
for six, 8 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, in different areas of
And
the
don't get
city.
me wrong, I have never been to a parade on Mardi Gras Day. You know, because I'm always Hunan in, a pocket win with some Indians somewhere. You know, and it's just a lovely thing to have in New Orleans. You know, every little bit, New Orleans is like a gumbo. I tell anybody, every little bit makes a part of New Orleans. The parades on Mardi Gras, the second lines that be on Sundays, the Mardi Gras Indians, the Skeleton Men that wake the little kids up in the morning, all that makes a part of New Orleans.
So I know with some chiefs, they don't do the same route each Mardi Gras.
No.
So you change it up.
Well, no chief does the same route, you know, because that's the name of the game that you have to go find Indians. You know, most of everybody know I'm on Second and Drives. They got some Indians that they know they certain starting spots. So we know, okay, if we go there, we're gonna find them. Or if we go here, we're gonna find them. So like with my Indians, we walk from uptown and walk all the way downtown.
And you still have spy boys, right?
We got Spy Boy, Flag Boys, Wild Mans, Big Queens, Lil Queens, we have everything.
Bo, we're looking forward to going on the road later.
Oh, yeah.
Look for our tour 2022 featuring Bo Dollis Jr. and Wild Magnolias, as well as Dumpster Funk and Big Sam and Funky Nation.
Let's go.
We're going to have a great time. Thank you all. Thank you, Bo.
No problem.
Amazing. Keep doing what you're doing because we need it. We need it,
yeah,
especially
yeah.
now. You give the world so much, so thank you.
Thank
and
you.
shout out to your moms.
So this next one, y'all, we hate to leave y'all, but it's time for us to say bye-bye. Come on, Mr. Mike, start it off.